back to the Rabbitat Homestead. My name's Ashley. Well, recently I've been getting a couple questions from my subscribers, and I really appreciate those questions, so thank you. Instead of responding to them, I wanted to go ahead and respond on video. It's just easier. It's kind of like texting. You know, the conversation would go a whole lot quicker if you just called the person and talked to them for a minute. So I kind of feel that way about the questions I've been getting recently. So I just wanted to go ahead and come to you through a video and just kind of explain my answers to those questions. So one of the questions I got recently is basically the question is when to rebreed after you've bred a doe and she never ended up kindling. So I want to go over the time frame, when's the best time to try to rebreed, and just kind of tell you my experience with that situation. And the second question, a couple subscribers have asked me this question, and that's how big our nest boxes are. So I want to go ahead, I'm going to grab a tape measure and show you exactly how big they are, so maybe you can make ones for yourself, because they are kind of hard to come by, I've noticed anyway. But right now, let's go over and see Stormy. I need to take care of everybody and give them their food and water and hay, so we'll go check on Stormy, and I'll talk about her a little bit and kind of explain the situation that I have going on with her. All right, so this is Stormy. She's the rabbit that I bred for the first time a month ago. I was only able to get one fall off from her, and typically you want to get at least 3 fall offs, and then you can be pretty confident that she's bred. I was only able to get one from her. Want some hay? So I went ahead and tried with the one fall off, knowing that there was a good possibility that she would not kindle. Well, she never ended up kindling, so I'm going to have to rebreed her again. And the question that I got was basically they had the same situation that I do with Stormy right now. And the question is when it's safe to rebreed the rabbit, how long to wait after the kindle date has gone past, and when to rebreed. Now, typically after you breed a rabbit, you can expect the litter to be born in 28 to 35 days, but the average gestation period is 31 days. But with my experience breeding my does, they typically have their babies on day 31 at night. Now when to rebreed? Now she's way past this time frame. I waited a couple weeks, so she's definitely ready to be rebred. But if you're looking to really get things going and get her bred as quickly as possible, I would wait until after day 35. So day 36 is when I would start trying to rebreed her again. You want to give her plenty of time to have that litter, just to be on the safe side. In the past, I've had a doe that I bred and never ended up kindling, and I bred her fairly quickly after her kindle date, definitely before day 35, and she ended up having a miscarriage in the next litter, and then she ended up passing away shortly thereafter. So just because of that experience I had, day 35 seems to be that safe time to rebreed after you've had a doe that hasn't kindled a month after you bred her. So, you know, right after day 35, that's my recommendation from my experience. So that is how I would answer that question. The question that I got, they tried rebreeding, I believe, on day 33. I would just give it a couple more days. I would definitely wait. And if it's at that time frame when your rabbit is supposed to be kindling soon, she shouldn't be eating a whole lot. Usually right before they kindle, they stop eating. They don't eat a whole lot. So if your rabbit's showing a big appetite and she just hasn't kindled yet, and if she's not making a box and you see no signs of her pulling fur or anything, I think it's safe to say that she's not pregnant. But just to be safe, just to look out for the health of your rabbits, I would definitely wait until after day 35 to rebreed. So that's what I've done with Stormy. So today I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to rebreed her, and hopefully I can get 3 fall-offs from her at this point. She's definitely old enough to be bred. So hopefully she'll be like her mom and be an easy breeder, because it's definitely not any fun to have a stubborn doe on your homestead. So let me get her some water. That way when she comes back, she'll have a drink. So just to kind of give you a quick rundown, just to kind of reiterate, you can expect the rabbit to have their babies after you've bred them 28 to 35 days. The average length of a rabbit's gestation period is 31 days. And as I mentioned, 31 days, usually all my rabbits have their babies the night of day 31, but every doe is different. So you could have a different experience with that. You give them their nest box on day 25, and after that you should start seeing signs of them starting to make their nest, starting to put a little bit of fur in there. And some rabbits wait until last minute, some rabbits start right away. So it really depends on your doe when they start making up their nest. I have both types of does. I don't know what she's going to do yet because she hasn't had babies yet. But yep, day 25, give her nest box, and then and like I've mentioned in past videos, it's really important to document this because there's a lot of dates to keep in mind and you don't want to lose track of them. So make sure you have a breeding log or a calendar or something to mark all of this stuff down, and that way you know when to expect her to kindle, and if she doesn't end up kindling, you'll know when to try to rebreed, which is after day 35 is my recommendation. Okay, so here is one of the original nest boxes that we started out with. It's been chewed on quite a bit, but we actually got this from Tractor Supply. They very rarely have them, and when they do, they're kind of expensive. But we started out with this one from Tractor Supply. We still use it. And I have a tape measure, so I'm just going to go ahead and measure it. Let's try it this way. So about 9 inches, and the lip is 5 inches tall. The height is 9.5 inches. And the length is 16.5. So 16.5 by 9 by 9.5. So that's the box that I gave Stormy that she hasn't been able to use quite yet. And then let me go over here and show you the nest box that we give Arlo. Hi Arlo, you want your nest box back? Yeah. So I've explained in past videos that I give my bucks nest boxes. There's quite a bit of stuff in there, but it's just more comfortable for them in the winter. They don't soil their boxes, so I don't mind giving it to them. And they just kind of have a safe little cubby hole to sleep in at night, especially when it's cold, so they enjoy it. But this is a nest box that my husband made, and it's just slightly bigger. It's not too much bigger, it's just a little bit bigger. So this is 9 inches. The lip is 5. Excuse me, Arlo. The width is 16 3/4, so a little longer. And the depth of the box from the top is 9.5. So Arlo, do you mind? So just slightly bigger. There's a lot of nesting material in there. Watch out, Arlo. So I'll give him his nest box back. I tried to rebreed Stormy and she wasn't having it. And then as you can see in here, Earl's actually using his nest box right now. They enjoy it. It's a nice little place for them to get off the wire, and two, to be nice and warm and comfy in, especially at night. Are you hiding? All right, so he has plenty of hay. I'll get him some water because it's frozen. And he ate all his pellets. I'm just gonna give him, I'm not gonna give him any more pellets. I'm gonna wait until this hay is gone, and then I'll give him more pellets tomorrow. With him, I kind of have to decide what to give him just by coming out here, because if I keep giving him pellets, he'll never eat any hay. He favors pellets more than he does hay. All right, so now I'm gonna go over to the other hutches that I have. All my grow outs are gone. So I'm gonna go over to my other hutches. I got Thumper and Lucky over there. Thumper does not have a litter right now. I'm kind of giving her a break from breeding right now. She's had quite a few litters lately, and especially in the winter, I figured it'd be good just to give her a little bit of a break. And she's not wanting to breed for me anyways, so. And then Lucky's over there, and she has a litter with her right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and go over there and show you the nest box that they have and give you the measurements. All right, so before I give these guys their water, let's chase them out of here. All right, so this is another nest box that we make. And this has the lower lip on it to make it easier for the kits to get back in the box. So let me go ahead and measure it and show you kind of what we did here. So the lip is 2.5 inches tall. He kind of came in here on the sides a little bit to 1.5. And so that's how deep it is. And then we'll go from how deep it is. First of all, let me show you how wide it is. So it's 10 inches wide. The length is 18 inches. And the height is 9 3/4. So the height is 9 3/4. Watch out, dear. But yeah, that's our nest box that we give our rabbits a few weeks after they're born, just to make it easier for them to get back in and out, especially once they become more active out of the nest box. Watch out, bunnies. All right. Let's go ahead and give them some water. And I'll give them some more hay. And when they're at this age and I have a young litter in with the mom who's nursing, I always fill up their feeder. All right, so thanks for coming along with me as I did some of my chores. Hopefully I was able to answer some of your questions. If you have any more, please leave them in the comments. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of my subscribers. And I'm so glad that you're here. But anyways, guys, let me know if you have any more questions or if you have any video recommendations that you'd like to see me do in the future. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys in the next video, and God bless.